The sun is bright today. I thought I'd wear my sunglasses, and also I squint a lot whenever it's bright outside, so I'll be squinting the whole time. This is my work area. This is where we do all our orders, our Etsy orders. If you see my last video, I shared that we're full-time Etsy sellers. But this is where we do all the work, and we used to do it all in the house. We moved it out here. But we're moving all our equipment over there to the new house. That house I inherited, and I want to sell this shed because the new owner don't really want the shed, so I gotta sell it. Let's get in the truck and see how much flooring he had left. Take it back to Lowe's and get a little bit of money back. Okay, we made it over here to the house, and I almost forgot one thing. We bought a rug yesterday. It's a 5x8 rug to go in the living room, and we took it out and everything. It's going to be too small, so we got our 8x10 rug at our house, and it's actually going to work. Let's go inside. I got to put the 5x8 rug back in the plastic so I can return it also today. Let's go do that. We got it back in the package. They can get to the scan bar and everything like that, so it should be good to go to return. But before we go hook up to the trailer to see how much flooring we got left we can take back also, I can show you a little quick update of the house here. Okay, here's the living room. The table, I pushed the table up so I can put the camera up a little bit higher, but it moves up. This is our 8x10 rug from our house. We're probably going to have to go under the couch a little bit, but I believe it's going to fit nicely. We just got the couch and love seat in here. She'll put some pictures up and all that. And of course, they're not done with the crown molding or the trim around the windows. They got the new door installed. Still got to trim around it. Of course, they still got to put the baseboard down in this room. We also got the kitchen table in, and that's looking a lot better. Of course, you still got to touch up some paint and do all that, so ignore all that. The trim around the window just about done in here, so the living room is going to look the same way. But it's starting to look like a brand new house. The kitchen looks so much better. He's still got to put the refrigerator where it goes, but he's not done with the painting behind the refrigerator yet. We're trying out KitchenAid appliances. We got the Gen Air cooktop, but KitchenAid everything else. We got the KitchenAid dishwasher. Also, let's look over here. It's the KitchenAid oven and microwave. The microwave is actually a air fryer also, so we might not even have to have an air fryer on the counter, so that would be nice. But that was just a quick look here. I don't want to spend too much time in here because we have to go hook up to the trailer and take this flooring back. Okay, we made it out here to the barn, and let's see what's left on the trailer. And I might have to take some stuff off the trailer, and I gotta see how much flooring is left and strap it down and all that. But first, look at this. Today it rained a bunch, and they tried to drive through the yard, and he got stuck. Of course, he's driving this big old dually truck. He's sunk up in the yard right there, and also right there. So maybe after it dries up a little bit, I can get the tractor and we can try to smooth that out some. Let's look on the trailer here. I have to take the old dishwasher off the trailer and all this stuff here. There's a stack of flooring there, and also a whole pallet right here flooring. Didn't even have to use. I got way too much. I wouldn't be surprised if it was over $2,000 worth. So that would be nice. That would go toward my purchase that we're going to get tomorrow. But now I have to get to work because I have to take some stuff off the trailer. This is going to take me a minute. I better go turn the truck off. I got to take all his power tools and everything off the trailer. Okay, I took everything off the trailer. Man, that stuff is heavy. All that, all the saws and everything, and also moved all the flooring that was in the back to the front. But I believe I might have to put this flooring in the back of the truck because it might slide around back here. I'm not sure if I can strap it down. I'll see if I can stack it even with the other pallet and strap it down, but I'm not sure if that's going to be good. It might end up sliding out. Okay, I got it restacked. I only had to put 4 or 5 boxes in the bed of the truck. Stacked it up like that, even with the pallet, and just strapped it down. I don't really like it on the front of the trailer, all the weight on the front of the trailer, but it'll take me too long to get the tractor out and try to scoot it back, so I think it's going to be okay. I don't live too far from Lowe's, well, Home Depot. And let's close the shop up and let's get on the road. Okay, we made it in the truck. As you can see, I got this rug behind me. I could have put it in the back, but oh well. Okay, on the way to Lowe's, I thought we'd talk about something. Well, about 10 years ago, I was renting a house, and I signed a year lease on this house, and I was working in a factory that worked 7 days a week. Never had time off. And about 6 months into that lease, I was just sitting on the couch, just basically staring at the wall. TV wasn't even on or nothing. I just started thinking, I have to change something. I'm never going to have enough money to start my own business, to buy a house, buy my own house, anything, because I wasn't saving but $50 to $100 a week. But then when I got some money built up, something would always happen, and I would have to spend half of that. So I just like, how this something's got to change. Something drastic's got to change. So I stared at the wall, and I thought, I'm going to have to make some drastic decisions and drastic changes right now. I didn't want to wait 10 years. I had to do it now. So first problem I encountered was the where I was renting. I felt like my best decision was to move back in with my dad and just save money so I can buy my own place. That was my best decision I could come up with. I was 27 years old, but I had to do something to be able to save some more money. I wasn't going to land a job making 3 times more probably. So thought, well, I'll just keep the same job, lower my expenses first thing. So, but I was in a year lease and I was only 6 months in. I didn't want to wait 6 months. So what I did, I just called the landlord and I just told him my plan. I was honest, and I just told him I had to change my life. I have to get some money built up, and I have to do something soon. And he was really nice about it. He understood. And he said, do what you got to do. It's okay. Uh, he said, just give me a month and try to find somebody else to replace you in there. And I said, okay. So I had a month to figure everything else out. So in that time, another expense I didn't have a car payment, but I had 2 cars. I had basically 2 project cars. One race car and another car I drove every day, but it was basically a project car. So both those things there, they took a lot of my money because I was into cars, like a lot of guys are, but rarely that's not a good investment. And I really didn't need to spend money on that right now. Maybe later, when I had a little extra money. Basically, if you could afford to burn the money, and the way I looked at it, if you can afford to set that money on fire, uh, you can have a hobby. So I just decided I had to sell everything. So I sold all my furniture. I also sold my cars. I sold my everyday driver car that I was fixing up because it was taking my money also because it's like a sports car. So I sold my race car. I sold all my performance parts on eBay. Sold everything. I bet my friends and everything thought I was crazy, but I knew I had to change something. I couldn't live like this forever. So I sold everything, moved in with my dad. After I moved in with my dad, I was still working in a factory. It was a hardwood floor factory. It was making hardwood flooring. It was machines that route all the tongue and grooves and everything of the hardwood flooring. So it was a really dusty and really hot job. I eventually got a different job closer to the house. Paid $5 less an hour and also less hours. And that was okay with me because my bills are smaller, and plus I wanted to get some of my time back so I could maybe start my own business or something, or look for an even better job. I just didn't have time with that other job to do anything. So I got that job, and then I decided to start up a like pressure washing business. So I bought a hot water pressure washer, and I just started doing that on the side. I pressure washed farm equipment, semi trucks, and stuff like that. I mean, there's good money in that too. I had an offer to buy my business, buy the pressure washer, hot water pressure washer, the trailer, everything. And I ended up taking that offer, and I put that money to the side. I knew I couldn't stay with my dad for too long. I stayed with him for about a year, and I decided to buy a camper. I thought that was the next step. I didn't want to pay rent or borrow money to buy a house. I wanted to stay out of debt. Sometimes you got to sacrifice things. I didn't want to get too far ahead of myself. So I bought a camper with cash. That was pretty much all the cash I had. I think it was 11,000 or something like that. But I knew I could resell it. If I kept it in good shape, I could resell it if I got a good deal on one. But I did. I got a good deal on it. I felt like it was worth a little more than what I paid. So I ended up parking a trailer next to my dad's house in the barn driveway that you've seen earlier, and I actually stayed in it. Um, I eventually saved up some more to build uh, the shed that is now our house over there that I showed in a previous video. It's like a pole barn, but it was open on one side. I wanted to build that, park the camper in that, so I can have shelter, and also I could walk in and out of the camper and get in my vehicle without getting rained on. So that was the plan there. So I moved the camper over there, got the plumbing hooked up to the old septic tank that was already on that lot. I stayed in it for about a year, and eventually, and also, in the meantime, I sacrificed. It's not easy staying in a camper during the winter and everything. I didn't have the gas turned on or nothing like that. I could have, but I had an electric little heater, which was dangerous. I felt dangerous, but it worked. Nothing happened. I knew I had to keep that camper in really good shape to potentially get my money back out of it one day. course, in the meantime, me and Brittany was still talking. She had her home place in town. She was renting an apartment in town. Eventually, we decided for me to move in with her, and we could split everything, split the rent and everything. And also, the idea came along on me selling the camper and enclosing that pole barn and turn it into a house. But I knew it was going to take a lot of work. So I moved in with her. We split everything, sold the camper, reinvested that money back into the house to fully enclose it and pour the concrete. And like I said in the previous video, when I was living with her, we was saving everything and doing side hustles and everything. Driving for Uber, I was doing everything I could. I had to do some extra things because, now I got a little extra bills because, helping her out with her rent and everything. So, but at the same time, I was putting everything, extra money into the house because I didn't want to borrow the money to build the house. I wasn't a fan on borrowing the money, which I did look into it, and I could have did it, but I didn't do it. I just felt weird about it. But we was working on the house, trying to get done with the house to move in. Well, where we was staying, they told us the lease was about to expire. We had to sign another lease or rent month by month. And the rent was going to be like $500 more a month. And we didn't want to sign another year lease, so we got the house livable. We got the bedroom done, the bathroom done. The kitchen wasn't done, the flooring wasn't done, nothing. We moved into the house at the end of the lease with no kitchen. We used a fold-out table with a microwave and an air fryer. We just kept on working at it, fixing the house up, doing the kitchen, saving up a little bit more money, making it a little bit better and better as we went. I just thought I'd tell this story to encourage anybody. You can change your life, and a lot of people are in worse shape than I was. I just decided I had to change it. I think anybody can change their life. A lot of people just don't want to make the change, especially drastic changes. And it's okay to ask for help, to get back on your feet, and it's worth it. You just gotta, when somebody helps you, you have to take advantage of that and don't waste it. I just thought I'd tell my story on where I started 10 years ago. Of course, everybody has a story on where they came from. I just thought I'd start 10 years ago and how I changed my life just by making a big decision. That's just selling everything basically and moving back in with my parents and saving money and not getting in debt. That was my main focus. I didn't want to borrow money. I wanted to pay cash for everything. And that probably is the thing that helped me start my business today. Because if I was splurged and borrowed money or got a mortgage and everything like that at the beginning to build my house, I probably wouldn't have my business and everything today. It would have been too risky. And I would have just stayed at a job, just paying the bills, going home, sleeping, waking up, going to work, and I would have never took the risk because it would have been too risky. Staying out of debt allowed me to do that. But we're about at Lowe's, and I'm going to return this flooring, and let's see how much money we can get back this extra flooring here. It would be nice to have that money to go toward the purchase I'm going to make tomorrow. It's something I always wanted. I'm going to bring y'all along tomorrow and I'll post that video. But we're about pulling up at Lowe's, and let's take care of this and I'll show y'all how much money we can get back here. Okay, we made it out of Home Depot and returned all that flooring. Now I'm at Lowe's I have to return this rug, but I'm not going to film all that. It's just a rug. But yeah, I got the receipt right here. We got almost $2,700 back on that flooring. I bought way too much. That was unexpected, so that's always nice when you get some money back. Um, but thanks for listening to my story, and stay tuned. I'll plan on putting out another one tomorrow, and you can I'll show you what I'm going to put this money toward. But thanks for watching. If you like what I've been doing, it doesn't hurt to like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. So we'll see you on the next one.